Hello, ¿qué mi gente? Welcome to Dame Luz. I'm Amir.
Y yo soy Camila y tenemos aquí a todos nuestros amigos.
A los reales, a los de verdad.
Y queremos que tú los conozcas. Entonces, ven, pásale.
Hola,
Hola.
¡Dame Luz! Dame Luz. Hello, ¿qué mi gente? Welcome to Dame Luz. I'm Amir.
Camila, bienvenidos.
Estamos aquí junto con nuestros amigos. Tenemos aquí a
Enrique,
Leborian,
David.
Miguel. Estamos bebidos. Es tarde, domingo, and we're present.
All of us here have gone through a lot, right? Like in our own ways, like that's something we can relate to. You know, there's hardship, there's challenges, and being immigrants or coming from immigrants has its own challenges. So what's something that you've learned up to this point that you would want to share with our friends, with our audience of Dame Luz, to give them that kind of, inspiration, to give them that thing that they need to hear to keep going and to not feel alone, to not feel defeated. Like, they got this.
when I first came over here, of course, I was probably like 10 or 11, and my English, as everybody, wasn't always the best. So I learned English in a year. So obviously I was really intense reading, listening to English music, watching shows in English. And obviously there's times where, I wouldn't meet the nicest of kids around that age, and they would make fun of me because I talked a certain way or I couldn't say certain words the same, you know what I mean? So I didn't, I'm, as you guys may know, the way my character is just like, can I cuss or no?
Yeah.
I can't cuss. I'm like, man, fuck them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna do me, Yeah. So, around that time, I didn't have really nobody, and I feel like that really built my character to be how I am nowadays. And now I can speak English, and when people hear me talk, they're like, "Whoa, I thought you were from here," and I'm like, "Shoot, like Dominicano, papa."
Nunca lo pierde.
Hey, but if you think about it, that's like confidence, bro. Like, that's like what we mean. Like, that helped you, like, grow that confidence.
No, yeah, definitely, bro. And sometimes, like, you know what I mean? I get, like, disheartened, and I just gotta, like, when I have my eyes set on something, it's just like I need to get it. And I feel like,
But what
all
made
of
you
us-
get to that?
Yeah, like, I feel like all of us have that in common. Because when I'm pretty sure you didn't want to leave DR. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because at the end of it, none of us wanted to leave our country. I didn't want to leave DR. I left DR because obviously there's a better opportunity here. Right. You know what I mean? But I feel like if we all had that same opportunities from our countries, why would we leave? Yeah. So, like, when I came out here, I came with that mind of the past. I just think about my grandma, like, do I want to be a quitter and just say, nah, I'm not going to learn English. I'm going to go back to my country. Or do I want to keep going? You know what I mean? And I kept going.
You felt like your grandma was like that
engine
that kind of gets you going.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love my grandparents a lot. They mean a lot to me.
Oh, is there something that you think about her?
Yeah, I have this tatted right here.
What does it say?
So this says, right here, says, Los niños obedientes son de larga vida, which means the obedient kids live longer. And it's a saying that my grandma used to say to me all the time. So
I like that.
I got that tatted
I like it.
just to keep it a reminder,
Yeah, it's a deep meaning, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You think of her often?
A lot, bro.
Yeah.
I miss her a lot. And yeah, it was.
How long had it been
No,
since you saw her, like, when you surprised?
So I was 4 years that I didn't see her because I was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was doing like all my papers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I was going through that process. So after all that was handled, I was able to go and see her.
Yeah. Oh my God,
just-
I bet that feeling was
Yeah,
amazing.
it felt great. It felt great.
Did
It
she
felt
open the
great.
door or someone else opened it?
No, somebody else opened the door. Like, I actually got I'll show you guys the video. Let's look for it.
While you look for it, DP, I want you to tell us, like, I feel like you've also like gone through so much growth like quickly. Like now you're a photographer, like you have your own thing, but you also have your full time. And so like, how do you manage that? And how would you like tell somebody that wants to do that, but maybe they don't know how? Maybe they feel like they don't have the strength to do it. They don't have the resources, whatever it is. Like, what would you say to that person?
I think kind of like what Lebo was saying earlier is just for me, I always have to be growing in something or learning something new or trying new things. I like doing that. A big part of it is kind of just because my parents are immigrants.
Yeah.
And so I think for me I'm grateful to be born in this country that they came to, that offers a lot of opportunity. So for me, I just have to take advantage of it. And if I don't, and it's kind of like a slap to their face for their sacrifices. So I think anybody that's on the fence of just, should I try this new business idea or try this new hobby, learning how to swim, just go ahead and do it. You're never going to be ready. So you just have to jump in and do it.
You just got to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yep.
You have the video?
Yeah, I have the video. All right. I have a privacy screen. Hold on, let me see if you guys can see it. All right. Super sure.
Control it.
There you go, there you go.
Mira quién llegó.
El grito. Con la almohada.
You see a little?
Yeah, I see it.
Wow.
Yo de la alegría se los traje, vea, usted me dijo.
Sí, va ellos.
That's awesome, bro.
Wow, bro.
I
Look
love
at you,
that.
Is that your grandma?
Está grande. Yo estoy chiquito.
Ya no hay niño, ya no hay niño.
Ya no el niño.
Ya el chiquito este es chiquito.
That's so cute, bro.
Yeah.
I love that.
It was experience, man. Like that feeling, it's just unmatched,
Yeah, I bet. Mickey, you have been through so much, and like you, right? Oh my god! And I've seen you like go through it, and through it all, like you followed your passion of coffee.
Yeah.
So now you're a big project manager.
Hey.
Tell us, like, your inspiration and what's that engine that keeps you going? I mean, besides the fact that you're a Capricorn, what's that? What would you say to that person that wants to reach the same level?
Man, well, I mean, to be an immigrant in America is kind of hard. Just to be straight up, I'm first generation, so I grew up in Mexico City. Came here was 4 years old, so like my parents had dreams of wanting to provide a better life for my sister and myself. So whenever I always thought of the most difficult moments, I would always bring a picture of like my family and I would stick it onto the bar and I would just like look at it. So that, it was the early days. So like I needed to have like some source of inspiration.
When you were baristing?
When I was baristing, those late hours, we'd go up until midnight. And when I started bartending, like even all the way until 4 a.m. So like my family was always the first thing I thought about because, I wanted to work my way through school so that my parents didn't have to pay for my school. Or how I could provide a little bit of like extra like income to the house. But I mean, to David's point, if I don't take advantage of, being here, it's sort of a slap to their face because, they gave up their life and like their story arc to, bring my sister here. They put their dreams on hold. So, that's what kind of just driven me for like the longest time. So my dad passed away, God rest his soul. I always still carry with him and think about him daily, but he's the biggest example. He went back to school at 48. He got his computer science degree from U of H. And, anytime I think about quitting, I always think that, man, if my dad was able to do it, like at that later point in life and still like, balance his family as well as his work and, why can't I do it? And, that's what I would say. There are people who are up against the wall and dealing with so much, but you have to pay respects to the people that walk before you so that you can run. Yeah. So then that way you can be in spaces that, they would never expect Latinos to be in, or they would, or to go to have experiences and creative pursuits that, we could never pursue or our parents could never pursue. So, to our friend, whether it's like, making coffee for myself, or, David with his photography, or Leva with her travel and her amazing pursuits. Accounting, we didn't account for that, but now. but that's what keeps me going, and you want to be an example for the next generation, because it's really scary, but if we're out here crushing barriers, then we're setting a good example, and that's what kind of drives me forward.
Well, transitioning to your bookkeeping, and now you having that, your own business and everything you've accomplished, like I look up to you so much. So, and I know you've done it through your own like will and your strength and everything. So where do you find that strength, and what inspires you to do everything that you do?
Well, as everyone here, as well as myself, I think the drive comes from my parents. I don't have the same story as me migrating to the country because I was born here. I was given that privilege, but also my parents gave up their dreams back in their country. My mom, she had me very young when she was 15. My dad obviously was young as well. So they were really young when they had me, right? So I think hearing their story and hearing my mom, my dad's story has made me the woman that I am now. They have gave me such great motivation, meaning that, anything is possible in this world. And like you all said, they have sacrificed so much. And I'm in a country of opportunity where other people from different countries come into this country to get those opportunities. And I was born here, so my motivation has always been, okay, if I'm here and they're coming here, I mean, why not take advantage of the opportunities that are given to me here, right?
Yeah.
So my mom really didn't experience much because she had me at a very young age. So for me, everything that I do, it's sort of like a representation, is that if I'm living through her, so I'm sharing my experience with her, but also I see myself more of a foundation, making God, well, I'm not trying to get too religious, but
it's okay.
Making God the center of my life, meaning that obviously I do it for my parents, but everything that I do is just a tool. It's a blessing that God gives me. So God gives me the tools such as, the intelligence, the wisdom, the motivation. I think having that foundation in my life has made me the woman that I am now too. Having that motivation from my parents, God in my life, anything is possible. I'm equipped. And even if I don't have the things around me, I feel like if I was to lose it all and do it again, I will still have myself and have that faith and have that motivation from my parents that no matter what, I can do anything that I want, and I know I'll be good at if I really try my best. But yeah,
it hurt.
Yeah, and I think that's what has made me curious in this world. Like my travel, it's curiosity. I'm always like, what's out there? Like, what did these people look like? Why? What do they eat? What is it? How are people adjusting to their country? What is something that they need in that country? I think I consider myself a servant of the world. So whatever I can serve in this world, I'm here for it. So my business, bookkeeping, whatever people that I got from college, like my degree, if I can help my community, my family members with their companies, their construction companies, my dad's welding business, if I can help him learn a little bit more on the tax side or accounting and help him understand better and financially, because I know Hispanics, we sometimes suffer financially, learning terms or knowing how to cut ways.
Yeah.
I'm there, use me in the best possible way, because that's what I did. Sharing the knowledge. Yeah, I'm all about sharing. I mean, we only live once, so yeah.
I love that. I feel like that's also why we clicked, because like in SGA, we were always like the first to volunteer. Like we would do the food fair, like all those things. So I totally see that in you.
And I'm almost like David mentioned earlier about like curious, like my interests. Like if I see something that I like, I dig into it, and then I try my best to learn. And if I can't do it today, maybe tomorrow. But no matter what, I'm gonna get there. Like say for instance, I don't know how to do something like learning how to swim. For me, I didn't want to fall into the victim, like, oh, my parents didn't teach me, because I outgrew that mindset. I have outgrown the fact that my parents gave me their best with the best that they had. And I appreciate that, and I'm grateful for that. But whatever comes next is for me. And I can played the victim mentality where I'm blaming my parents, because that's done. Like,
Yeah.
now it's for me to give them a better life, for me to make them proud, and even my own family or communities, or for the next little girls, you know, to be that person to inspire them. So now I'm outgrowing that mindset and now learning how to swim. I took myself to the classes because obviously I didn't know nothing. Like, I started from scratch, but I knew that tomorrow I'm going to be a good swimmer, and I'm going to jump in from the boat to the ocean like my friends do, and I'm going to do it. And I set my mind to it, and I did it. I think it's all about, like, you wanting to dig into your interests or dig more into what you like, and just put your mind into it and then go 100%. Because you never know what's out there, like, what's the next thing that might come from it, right?
Yeah. I love what you said about, like, whenever your parents live, like, you don't have to continue those patterns. It's like, I feel like that's what it is about, like, being first generation, you know, like, breaking those patterns and, like, taking that next step and being uncomfortable, like, being like, well, maybe they didn't try it, but I'll try it. You like, I love that.
I can definitely relate to that because my dad as well had me at a really young age with my mom. They had me when they were 15. And I feel like my dad, because we look identical, like almost twins. Like when we go out, he tells me, that's your brother? I'm like, no, don't gas him up. Don't gas him up now. Like, you know?
That's me with my mom too.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, so like, obviously the good thing about them having me that young is like, we can go out to bars or clubs together, you know what I mean? Because they're not that old, you know? But, yeah, I feel like he tries to, like, whoa. And I kind of, like, you know, I enjoy that sometimes because it's like, I'm doing things that he couldn't because he had me. You know what I mean? Like, I travel, and he was young, so he had to put the big boy pants on and work because I was a responsibility, you know? So, for sure, I want to make him proud, like she said.
Yeah, I love that.
And learning how to swim, I got thrown into a river. But I didn't have that luxury going to a school. But yeah.
You have to make it.
Yeah, gotta make it.
But like, no matter what, we all have that grit, right? I think we all could relate to that. Like, we have that grit that no matter what, we're gonna do what we want to do because we want to. And we have that, and yeah, we set our mind to it.
Yes, true. And first from our parents.
Yeah,
I agree.
Oh, we got so deep in here. Like, we actually, it's hot. I feel like it's hot. I feel like we actually building something here, and I love it.
Yeah, we're in the deep end of the pool today.
Bravo, you got this.
Yeah, it's cool with that.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here. Like, this feels so warm to us, like, to have you in our house.
Yeah.
Just seeing you here makes me so happy. So thank you for sharing everything, for being part of this project.
Yeah.
And yeah, for being in our life.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Cheers. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Dame Luz.
Dame Luz.